for my first boss I worked for, he said the most important trait he looks for in people, especially in technology, are lifelong learners. Things are changing all the time. And it really, what I love about training is it really helps feed the curiosity of people that are really interested in learning. To me, the exciting part about training is you identify people who want to consume and learn more, and they're the ones that often are the most successful people in industries that go through dramatic change. Without the compelling event of just in time, it's harder to consume and learn something. But the minute you know, I'm going to go meet with a company that is in a manufacturing space or a sewing machine company, I'm very motivated to learn about sewing machines when I might not have been as motivated prior. And one of the things that we really see at Salesforce is self-service training through functionality like Trailhead is completely changing the game, because you can't, in your world of infinite things to train people on, you can't train everybody on everything on your calendar. You need to let them consume it when they need to consume it and create a way that scales infinitely. And we think Trailhead helps solve that problem. We've had millions of people go through training and get badges, and we haven't had a single class. People go find it and consume it because it's fun, it's easy, and it's in their language. And our favorite experience, or let me say that a rewarding experience, is at the end of a project when a customer says, "Tony, I wish our salespeople sold our clients the way you sold us." They almost say variations of these three things. They say, you know my business. You know my business inside and out. But you also have my best interest in mind. The recommendation you give me is as if you're one of my employees. However, you're also a bit of a challenger. You make us think in ways that we hadn't thought of before. But you do that in a comfortable way. You don't make us uncomfortable when you do that. And if you can know somebody's business, act like you have their best interests in mind as if you were an employee, and help nudge them in a direction that makes them feel comfortable, it's terrific. We have a few hundred people in our sales enablement team, and what I've learned that's really critically important is you can't scale that team as fast as you scale the demand for their support. So here's a way I want you to think of how can you create a scalable enablement team. You need to be able to have just-in-time training, and I think of this as a rule that we call our 70-20-10 rule. 70% of training has to be just-in-time and self-service for when somebody needs it and they're ready to consume it. 20% of it can be face-to-face in a classroom or a group-like setting, and 10% of our training is a stand-and-deliver training where somebody has to stand up and give a presentation or be certified at some level of expertise. That 10% stand and deliver, that's how people really demonstrate they've learned it. And the self-service and classroom training augments it so they're ready to give it. We live and die by the most important technology at Salesforce inside our sales enablement organization, and that's Salesforce Trailhead. We've been using it for years now. We have really built it and built journeys on it, and it's helped really craft the roadmap for Trailhead. And we've released here at Dreamforce My Trailhead, which lets customers build their own trails. And we think it provides the kind of scale that traditional learning platforms just haven't provided. A sales manager can use Trailhead to coach salespeople because as they have content and they can help diagnose what a salesperson needs, maybe they realize that their salesperson needs to get better at discovery or negotiation. They can recommend that they take that trail, and that trail could include them recording themselves, giving a negotiation or a discovery session, and they can use that as part of their curriculum to let people learn Salesforce. But in the past, they've only been able to say, wait till we have our next training class for negotiation, our next training class for discovery. And those are too slow if you want to train somebody really quickly. When people start using technology, especially when they're new to it, they focus on the technology. But as they get better at it, they don't think about the technology anymore. They can go back to having the conversation and having that direct relationship with their customer. And that maybe the analogy I'll give you is when you're learning how to drive. When I was teaching my kids how to drive, they could only think about the steering wheel, the mechanics, every step of the way. And when new technology comes in, everybody is like a new driver.
Right.
And I know when you drive today or when I drive today, we don't think about any of the mechanics. We think about the experience of it. As we learn those technologies, they then go from the forefront to the back, and we're still using our domain expertise to help give the best diagnosis and prescription for our customers when we sell. What I love about technology and what I love about the transformation that's happening in sales with technology is it's forcing salespeople to no longer do the lower value added things. And it forces this view that you've written about a lot of how do I be a consultative seller?
Right.
How do I not talk too much but listen more? And it will force salespeople into the part that they aspire to be, but they will only be successful if they're good at what they say they aspire to be. I think the most important idea I have for every salesperson to get better is to ask themselves, if they were the customer, would they buy? The one thing is to put yourself in the mind and act like the buyer and not act like the seller. And I know the best salespeople do that, so it's not going to be a new idea that you and your readers haven't heard before, Gerhard, but it is the essence of what we do in our careers.